F.P. King back in the Rod Forge lab. Today I want to loop back to a question that we get all the time. What's the difference between extra fast action and extra sensitive tip? To answer the question, I want to go back to the core principle that we talk about here in the lab all the time, flexural rigidity. Flexural rigidity is a measure, a physical measure of how much force is required to get a blank to bend. Flexural rigidity changes from high to low as we go from the butt to the tip of a blank. The concept of flexural rigidity lets us separate the concept of power from action. Power is a resistance to bending. Action is a willingness to bend. So let's go back to the original question. What's the difference between extra fast action and extra sensitive tip? Extra fast action is getting at the question of where does the blank begin to bend? Where does it bend? Extra fast tells us that it bends right at the tip. That's important. Certain fishing techniques require the blank really to stay pretty rigid, resist bending until right at the end. When we talk about extra sensitive tip, that's a power question. What we're saying is that the power at the tip drops dramatically. We might call it a soft tip. Okay? Soft tip is not the same as fast action because you can have a fast action with a very firm tip. Conversely, you can have a moderate action but a very soft tip. Let's remember, flexural rigidity allows us to separate the concept of power from action. When we talk about fast or moderate or extra fast, we're talking about where the blank bends. When we talk about high, medium, or low powers or a soft tip, that's a power question. I hope this is helpful, and as you have other questions, reach out to us in social media. Flexural rigidity, what we're talking about is the fact that it's high at this end and low at this end. When we talk about power, what we're talking about is basically this section of the rod versus this section of the rod. If we're going to talk about action, we're talking about a willingness to bend over the total length. Flexural rigidity in an extra fast rod is that the action, the flexural rigidity is such that its willingness to bend is high. It's high at the tip. Whereas when we talk about extra sensitive, what we're saying is flexural rigidity changes very rapidly to create a tip that's very soft.